Halloween 2018 has come out on the cinemas, and before I see it and review it, I want to take the time to review the original, going back to 1978. Halloween was directed by John Carpenter and made with a measly budget of $300,000. From that, it became one of the most profitable movies of all time, making around $48 million in the US alone. So the film starts from the perspective of a young Michael Myers around 6 years old who is dressed up for Halloween. He sees his sister bring home her boyfriend and they get up to a few things in the bedroom. Those few things lasted like a minute, including the time to get changed and go downstairs again. Wow. So yes, we see all this play out from Michael's perspective, as if we are him, and I have got to say, I think it is really effective, and it's just a great opening. As he opens the cutlery drawer, taking a knife and picking up the mask to put on, of which obscures our view a little, making it just that little bit creepier. Anyway, he goes up to find his sister and proceeds to stab her, and well, the air as well, I guess. She doesn't really do a lot to save herself, really. You'll learn that a lot of people don't do many things to help themselves in this movie. Really, they really don't. So we are taken to what was present day 15 years later in 1978, whereby an adult Michael Myers escapes an insane asylum and makes his way back to his hometown and the house of which his family resided in. Sam Loomis, his doctor for those 15 years, travels back to Michael's hometown of Haddonfield in a bid to hunt him down and put an end to his evil. Haddonfield is also where we meet our main character, Laurie Strode, played by Jamie Lee Curtis, who does a decent job like everyone else in the cast. Okay, that's a slight exaggeration, there are quite a few scenes with dodgy acting. Just go watch the Cinema Sins video on it, I'll put a link down in the description below if you want to check that out. Laurie is more of the nerd type, and this movie definitely seems to be the start of every horror movie cliche of the ones having sex dies first, with the nerd managing to survive that little bit longer, sometimes making it to the end of the movie. This movie started a lot of cliches. Now let's talk about the obvious points. The musical score is incredible, simple yet so effective. My only problem was perhaps it was used a bit too often. So often in fact that they pretty much could have just left it playing for the entire movie with no breaks. But yes, it creates a real creepy feel and builds that tension. As well as this, Carpenter uses the background a lot to also generate this tension and creepy feel. If you look closely, Michael is in the background lurking or moving around of a lot of shots, just keeping us aware that he's always a threat, always watching, and it's amazing. Michael's aim with a knife, though, is questionable and not so amazing. Sometimes he's really good at it. Sometimes he can get that knife straight through the body and pin people up on walls as if they weigh nothing. Sometimes, you know, he attacks the air more than the person. Yeah, questionable. So overall, I really enjoyed this movie. It had its moments of dodgy acting, yes. The score was good but a bit overused, but this piece set itself up to be a classic and spawned countless knockoffs. I would give this a 7 out of 10 after the first time watching it. It has its problems, but it's so culturally impactful they can almost be overlooked, and I am definitely excited to see the sequel, or at least this year's sequel, the only true sequel. Now, because the others don't count anymore? Yeah, I don't really know either. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. See you next time.